Yo, what's up? What's up? All right. All right. How's everybody doing today? Can't hear y'all. What the fuck is going on? Yo, what's up? Can y'all hear me? Let's see. Yo, what's up? Can y'all hear me? Can anybody hear me? Cannot hear on freeconferencecall.com.
To fix audio problems, make sure you chose mic and speakers or computer audio when you join the call. Also, check your browser permissions and select the right audio device in settings, and make sure your system volume is turned up.
Yo, what's up? Can y'all hear me? You can hear me? Shit, I can't hear y'all. No, shit, got rid of that nigga. That nigga's a spy. That nigga's a spy, man. I'm telling you, I know it. It's probably because of this. Now, why they kick this off? Fuck. Go to Raw Therapy.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you now, Raj.
Oh, okay, cool. Are you recording?
I am now. Thank you.
The recording has started.
shit I have to do. Come on, do your thing, Instagram. Recording every fucking thing you do like the goddamn police, nigga. So today is April 26th. No, April 30th, 2026. My bad. I'm in the School of Knowledge as I'm taping here. We are live here on Rraw Therapy. All right. They done booted me out once. All right. I got the best fucking internet that AT&T offers. So if they boot me out again, we know that they doing this back at home base. So do it again. Do it again, Rraw Therapy. It's just gonna be 601 for evidence I got against y'all. You know the lawsuit is coming. You know it's coming. So keep doing the shit. I don't give a fuck. Y'all niggas gonna pay for y'all gonna pay for this dearly. Just like TikTok ads. Dearly, I swear on God. The only thing gonna make you not pay is if I die. So if y'all around here eliminate motherfuckers, you might want to come over here. All right, man. I hope everybody's doing well. Anybody got anything they want to say? I know we have postponed getting this testimony of Solomon out of the way, but today we're going to get it out of the way so next week we can do the conference video on the Book of Enoch. All right, so I want to be clear about some things. You know, me teaching this class is about actually, you know, me teaching this class, this school of online school of esoteric knowledge. This is actually the extension of the app, Knowledge College app that we had and lost. And in the Knowledge College app, what I was doing was I was beginning to read the ancient texts and I was going to do it by myself. And, you know, I said, well, you know, maybe I'll make a school and do it with you know, see if people have any interest in it. Because, you know, a lot of people still be like, hey, I can't get into the app. I'll be like, dude, the app been gone for over a year. All right. So this was an extension of the app. All right. And the goal was to read all of these ancient texts. And that, you know, it would be hours and hours and hours and hours. I mean, we're talking about hundreds of ancient texts, you know, and I was going to include the Bible, the Quran, and so this is a massive feat that we are undertaking to go over these ancient texts. It's amazing to me that only 50 people out of thousands that follow me see the value in attending a class that reads over the ancient texts while people sit at home acting like you trying to enlighten yourselves when all enlightenment, when all knowledge comes from these texts. I don't understand what the fuck is going on in your head. You can't understand. A whistleblower can come on like Jordan Maxwell and tell you stuff. You don't understand that stuff. Where you think he talking from? You think he made this shit up in his head? Where you think he get what he's talking about? They know this shit. David Wilcox, you think he ain't read these texts? You know what I'm saying? You don't understand. Y'all don't understand how to think. It amazes me how many people just don't understand how to basically think. All right? I wouldn't give a fuck where you work at. You could work at Area 51 and they can show you every goddamn thing, but if you don't have none of this text, none of these ancient texts in your background, you're not going to understand what the fuck you looking at if an alien walked past through there. All you can say is, I saw an alien, they real. But what's the ramifications of that? You don't know, because you don't know shit. So this is like the greatest thing ever, is for somebody who know this shit to sit down with some people and read through this fucking knowledge. And you dumb fucks at home, you just don't get it. You don't fucking get it. You don't understand. Y'all fucking all constant. Oh, who give a fuck what you ate last night and all that dumb shit y'all be on this bitch about, man. Y'all like, I mean, think how the Anunnaki look at you. The majority of you. Think how they look at you. Because I guarantee you they don't look at these people in this class the same way they look at y'all. You are the fucking idiots. You the ants. You the dummies. You the people they call the fucking useless bottom feeders. That's what the fuck you are. You think they give a fuck about you? They don't care about you. You gonna do what the fuck the crowd do, like you been doing. They don't give us you are scum on their boots. And I know you like, man, Rraw, why you going on? I'm telling you the real, dog. You are not a threat. You are a fucking gorilla wearing a goddamn suit. That's what the fuck y'all are, man. Y'all bitches around here, man. Your pussy so hot, that's all that consume you. I'm just gonna be 100, man. I'm tired of holding motherfuckers' hands, man. I'm gonna keep this shit real and raw the way I've been since day fucking one. The majority of you niggas are some dumb fucks. And I don't give a fuck what you think you know. The Anunnaki don't look at you as a threat. You're not a threat because you don't know shit. You don't know shit. You know absolutely nothing. And you got niggas running around here. Look, man, it's misinformation campaigns out here. Do you know what that means? That your government actually props up people out here with millions of followers to say dumb shit, and you dumb niggas listen to them. And you don't think. You don't think. You know, we got into a discussion last week about energy and vibration. I know that's a big thing on social media. I done said it a couple of times before myself. But that was just to try to reach you. The fact of the matter is, don't nothing in this world matter because you live in a goddamn dome under fucking water. And this world ain't real. You're not a human being. So anything that applies to humanity is a waste of fucking time because you're a soul. And if you got the soul trap session and died tomorrow, you'd be better off than a nigga that lived 100 years and did all the rest of this bullshit. Because you sitting up here thinking life matter. Life really don't matter. If life mattered, if there was consequences, if you could raise vibration and stuff like that, why would the fucking elite be fucking around with DNA? See, chasing them type of arguments and this physical bullshit, that's the same thing. That's what they want you to do. You want to know why? It's the same, it's along the same lines of telling you can get your pie in the sky. Meanwhile, everybody else getting theirs here, and your dumb ass sitting around, yeah, when I get to heaven, I'm gonna have a Benz and I'm gonna have this and that's the same fucking stupidity. The same goddamn stupidity. There's a fucking system in place, an unseen system. We are reading texts where Solomon is questioning demons who say they give you physical ailments like a goddamn migraine headache. And you think you can raise some vibration? How the fuck you gonna raise anything and it's an unseen system of motherfuckers around you doing things to you? So they just gonna sit by and let you do something, huh? You're not thinking, man. We got to use our heads. And next time you see one of these motherfuckers on they talking about, raise your vibration, ask this motherfucker, why ain't your vibration raised? Why ain't you doing something unselfish? Do you know what it took for Martin Luther King to get out and do what he did? I was reading up on that brother this past week. Do you know what it took? Malcolm X. Do you know what it took? Huey P. Newton. Or Huey, not Lewis, Huey Newton. Black Panther. They might not, a lot of people look down on these cats like they didn't do shit. Is you out your fucking mind? These men's houses was bombed. Death attempts on them. Could you do that? Could you do that? I don't think none of you niggas could. And motherfuckers that say, well, I marched with King. Well, when King died, why didn't you step up to the plate? And why didn't nobody make a form? Jesse Jackson, we know he was the FBI. Why didn't any of them niggas that so-called, why you didn't make a formal announcement and say, I'm taking over and we gonna continue? Did you ever think about that? Because nobody wanted to walk in that man's shoes. Indira Gandhi. Do you know his story? I'm mentioning these people's names because these are people who vibrated higher. And nobody in the masses willing to step up and take over. Because once them bullets ring out, niggas shut up and sit the fuck down some goddamn way. So, a lot of shit I see I don't say, man. I'm all about trying to better yourself. I don't want to shoot that down. But the fact of the matter is, don't none of that shit matter. These niggas is in here bow down. I used to get on my knees and pray to Allah 5 times a goddamn day to a being that don't give a fuck about you, me, Prophet Muhammad, or any goddamn body. He's sending people off to war to go kill each other. So what does that make Prophet Muhammad? A goddamn idiot. You see what I'm saying? Because Allah is no different from an OG Crip or OG Blood that sent people off to go fight for him. What's Allah's purpose? To push an agenda. What's a Crip or a gangbanger or a Blood's purpose? To push an agenda. What is Prophet Muhammad? What do Allah got Prophet Muhammad fighting for? Turf, land. What do Crips and Bloods fight for? Turf, land. Yahweh got the children of Israel doing what? Killing the Palestinians for what? Turf, land.
From another Anunnaki.
All inside of a dome underwater. All right. I mean, truly, let's be honest. Who does this dome underwater even belong to? Whoever that motherfucker is in Genesis chapter 1. But since we know the word God in your Bible, the true word for that is Elohim, which is a plural word, they fighting amongst themselves. Never forget who created you. Never forget these bodies. 97% of your DNA is turned off. You want to vibrate higher? Study biology, study DNA. Learn how to turn your DNA on. You think what Jesus did, anybody can do? I'm seeing these videos. Yeah, can you get the trees to move? Trees are living entities. They can hear and listen. It's souls. Trees are, everything in this dome is powered by a soul. And I seen an interesting post today where, I forget what it was, but I looked in the comments and one of the persons said, it was a near-death experience. One of the persons said that, how could your soul hear? You don't have any ears, or, you know. And I just thought to myself, like, we are truly ignorant of self, of real self. You got niggas on here talking about the ancestors did this and the ancestors gonna do that. And I seen the black brothers on here. I think they talk with an accent. They look like Muslims, you know, but you can clearly tell from listening to them that they from overseas somewhere, Europe somewhere. And they say you got a choice when you die. You can go into the light or you can go with the ancestors. We allowing ourselves to be misled by people because it's the same old shit, man. Motherfuckers just won't read. You are misled because you won't pick up a goddamn book to save your fucking life. And if you are picking up a book and you still being misled, that's because you don't understand. And so the whole value in joining the School of Esoteric Knowledge is, I am a researcher with 30 years proven. I used to answer questions. I used to come on my lives and answer questions. I stopped doing that because I felt people were using me. And people will use you. They don't give a fuck. People don't give a fuck about you. They only give a fuck about their own thing. You know, so I felt I needed to monetize my output, my services, because it's very unique. You get it really cheap. You getting true, real knowledge very cheap. And I am the type of person that proves what the fuck I say. This is not about what I believe or what I think. I use simple, deductible reasoning and ramification thinking every goddamn day to show you what I'm telling you is true. And if somebody else is telling you wrong, I'm going to prove it to you. The 90% of you are being misled. 90% of you think you can actually come out into this world and make yourself as a human being into something better than what the system wants you to be. And I'm here to tell you, you're exactly wrong. And you will die trying. But what I tell you is, if you don't believe me, look at the best of you. Who is the best of you? Who is the best of the human population right now at this minute? Who? The Tibetan monks, who have chosen to isolate themselves and read. And that is the best of you. So they have mastered. You want to know why Tibetan monks don't have sex? Did you ever ask yourself, well, why they don't have sex? You think the Tibetan monks don't know that the demons are around you?
I don't know if that's true, Rraw, because that Molly Mama guy was a freak with that kid, man. You see that video where he was?
Yeah, I posted that too. Yeah, I did. I posted that. But see, we don't know if. See, the biggest thing we don't know, illusion behind closed doors, man. And so we have to question everything that they put in front of us. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's some local monks around here that I see often at the park and talk to, try to get some information from them. Not really knowledge. I'm talking about information on the inner workings of what's going on. But, when you got a leader always going to be doing something different than the followers, per se. You know what I'm saying? He's the Dalai Lama. Dalai Lamas have traveled around the world pretty much, in the past. But that guy was actually becoming like a celebrity. And isn't it funny, since that video, you ain't seen or heard of that motherfucker no more. You know what I'm saying? Because he was all on social media and stuff until that video came out. That was a weird ass video. It make you think some Epstein shit. You see what I'm saying? And so, knowing what we know, that there is a system in place, whether you see it or not, there is a system in place here in this world. 13 families run every product and service available to mankind. And they own it through corporations. All your corporations get traced back to the 13 families. What some might say could be the 12 or 13 tribes of Judah or some shit like that. Who knows, right? But
I have a question, Rob.
Go ahead, Robert.
Is that like the companies, the world or whatever, is that really just the U.S. or like China?
No, that's the world. That's the world. And I got a not a map, but like a diagram of them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's really the world. It goes back to them.
Yeah, because it's like the transportation and like how you was gonna explain, because we got a group chat in the school esoteric knowledge, but you don't need to join that shit and tap in. But anyways, you can trace back the roots, follow the money and whatnot.
Right.
But yeah, it's all these families, they don't establish the transportation, like the fundamentals of how you think humanity. So of course it makes sense how you say it.
They divvied it up. They divvied it up or divided it up. You know what I'm saying? It's
but it's one thing as bloodline, man.
Yeah, you can say it's bloodlines, because that's how they operate, off the bloodlines. But I look at all of this stuff though. Look, when you got a system, anytime you see a system, that means it's been organized by somebody with experience at this type of stuff. All right. And a lot of people don't realize that the people been kept in the dark for years. When you go back and start asking like real questions, all right, for example, we just went over the Egyptian Book of the Dead. Where do the Egyptian Book of the Dead come from? Ancient Egypt. What was it talking about? It was talking about a system that the elite Egyptians believed in. All right. And they wrapped their mummies and all of this stuff so that they could come back. The average black, regular ancient Egyptian, have we found where they buried at? Hell the fuck no. Probably one day we'll find a massive grave where they, if they stop digging around the pyramids and flare out and just dig in regular areas of ancient Egypt, you're going to find massive graves where the regular black people of Egypt was just buried, thrown in. You think they took care in wrapping up Joe Schmo like they did the pharaohs? Hell the fuck no. The regular people you're going to find them in a mass grave somewhere, which is going to tell you how important they were. None. Not important at all. And see, that's ramification thinking. Even these fucking so-called, when a person tell you they're an expert, ask them an expert in what? Because if they say, well, I'm an expert in this, I'm an expert in Egyptology. Okay, well, you don't know shit. You don't know shit about the 100 other civilizations that's, you know, ever existed. So I can't even talk to you because this is all you know. And you can't really help me outside of this. And everything you say that you don't understand, that when you see something here in ancient Egypt, and you're like, that's peculiar. I've never seen that before. A nigga like me who studied every goddamn thing will say, well, you know, they did that in ancient Mesopotamia as well. Or this was a common thing that was done in ancient Greece or some shit like this. Beware of people who are experts. See, I'm not an expert in a particular field. And they seem to say that, you know, like that's a good thing. I'm an expert in knowing everything because if I don't know fucking everything, how the fuck can I connect the dots? How the fuck can I figure out what's going on in this world? The Anunnaki created this world. And everything that's in it is as above, so below. It comes from them. I go see a doctor, you know, every 3 months for diabetes checkup. Right here. Can I go in there and say, hey doc, I don't know what the fuck this is, but can you cut this out? It's right here on the surface. Can you cut it out? She's gonna say no. And I'm like, why? You a doctor? Yeah, but I'm only an expert in, you know, the endocrine, you know, dealing with your diabetes. I can't do that. Experts ain't nobody. A real person with vast knowledge don't claim to be an expert because you can't know everything. But a person that knows everything, you got to study everything.
And you know what the fuck an expert is now? Someone that is licensed to mislead.
Exactly. And that's exactly what they do. They misleading a lot of people. All these experts that came on here, you know, during COVID. I'm a doctor and this is that and the other. I'm a doctor. Da, 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 da. And here I was screaming my little heart out after studying this shit for 2 years. I told people, don't get it. I've studied mRNA. It is nanotech. It is designed to change your DNA. You are injecting your cells or allowing them to inject you with millions of little robots, basically, that can be programmed from outside source. Not just one program. They can program them to help you or kill you. And niggas looked at me like, this nigga don't know what he talking about. Okay. 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 I know the vax reversal work though. I know that. I do know that. So for my class, I want y'all to understand one thing. I always tell y'all this is y'all base. If you run across some information, it sounds slick, whatever, knock it down to its base. And if it don't base off of this, it's probably not true. But now I'm gonna give you something else to go with this, so that you will never ever be misled. If somebody's talking to you about some shit, I don't give a fuck what it is, and it sounds real slick, ask yourself, does this apply to this world, or does this apply to my soul? Because if it applies to this world, then it's only good here. So I'm not telling you that it's not good information for here. All right. But don't get it construed, don't get it confused and misconstrue it as, you know, for the afterlife. Me, I don't give a fuck about this world. This world is meant to be, once you get knowledge on what to do in the afterlife, because that's our whole mission. People don't understand. People be like, well, what's the purpose of life? The purpose of life is not to experience life, not to do none of that shit. Them were lies that were told to every fucking soul that came inside this dome and then got their memory wiped. Do you understand what it is to wipe somebody's memory? It is to steal the essence of who they are. So why in the fuck would I be concerned about anything in this fucking world when I know I'm not from this world? And I don't want to stay in this world. Is this paradise down here? I wouldn't give a fuck if you was a millionaire. Is this paradise? You still go through the same pain and struggles that everybody else go through. Your money don't mean death ain't gonna knock on your doorstep or health ailments and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So
You know what's so funny? That people believe they need to master their chakras when there's people getting killed every fucking day.
and isn't it interesting that the people that talk this shit, you know, chakra shit, all that bullshit, where do they live? Is any of these niggas living in the fucking outbacks of the jungle some goddamn where life is real? Where they got to get out and go hunt for their fucking food? Was niggas 300, 400 years ago saying this chakra shit when they was in the moving out west, taking over the west, you know, taming the west, where niggas had guns and the law of the land was, you know, justice was served by a gun? Was niggas talking some chakra shit then?
Hell no, and these people were more connected to God than us.
So my whole point is, niggas that's sitting around in these modern countries able to get up off your ass and go to that refrigerator and pull out some food, your ass done got fucking lazy. You don't know struggle. And in your laziness of nothing to do all goddamn day, you sit around and you come up with bullshit. Oh, let's do this. And really all it is motherfuckers just misleading people that just don't know shit. You allowing yourselves to be misled because instead of you learning, you allowing somebody else to do the learning, thinking they're gonna give you the truth. That's happening at every church, every masjid, every synagogue, shit, every Girl Scouts meeting, every fucking Boy Scout meeting, every job, every place. Yo, boss, look, you know what I used to hate when I worked, and I've only worked a few times since getting out the joint at certain jobs, right? My thing is when I get to a job, I learn it. That's just what I do. I learn shit. I learn that job. And the one job I'm going to learn after I master my own job is the nigga that's telling me what to do. I'm going to learn his fucking job. I'm going to learn it. Because if I don't learn it and he tell me to do something and is wrong, I'm going to get blamed for it. And I've had that happen before. Have you ever been blamed for something by your boss's boss? And your boss told you, but even though you say, shit, he the one told me to do it, you're like, I ain't tell you to do that. Who do they believe? The boss or you, right? That happened to me once. I said, that'll never happen to me again. Because if another motherfucker, after I learned the boss's job, if another motherfucker tell me not to do something, tell me to do something and I know it's wrong, I'm going to go to his boss and say, you know, hey, just had a question. Such told me to go over here and do that sound right? You know what I'm saying? No, that don't sound right. You know what I'm saying? It's a dog eat dog world out there. I get it. And I done been in places with motherfuckers that's trying to come up off of your back by making you look stupid and making you look dumb and sending you on dummy missions and shit like this. So I'm all about learning. I'm all about learning. Everything. That's what I do. That's what I do. All right, but it's not just the it's not just the Jesus freaks that's out here misleading you people. It's everybody else talking that ancestor shit, talking that like Ludwig said, that chakra shit, talking that stuff. Yeah, I talked about that shit in my first book, Awakening the God Within. All right. But hence the title, Awaken the God Within. So you have to internally reflect and know, not believe, know to awaken the God within. All right. But here go the whole thing. I've told y'all 100 million times. I'm not doing none of this for y'all. Not even this class. This is my journey that I choose to share publicly for a fee. And if you recognize that, well, this is a guy that's really doing this for himself, which means I'm gonna make sure what I'm doing is correct, you can benefit by just jumping on the train. You can benefit from it. Going on a ride, taking a ride. Anybody want to come with me? Give me some gas money. You can roll with me. And that's what this journey has been. You know, I have hundreds of hours of lives. All right, I got a whole community of knowledge with about 1,000 hours of lives. I debate about even sharing that, because what's gonna happen is somebody gonna be like, but you said this and you said that. And what I want to say to that person is, I evolve every fucking day that I pick up a book. I evolve every day after a class. The studying and the researching, it don't stop. And I'm not the same person I was even last week, because last week I did not remember or know that demons was causing shit as small as a fucking headache on regular Joe schmoes. Do you know how much that just changed my whole fucking outlook? So I'm steadily changing, evolving every fucking week. And that's the whole goal. That's the purpose, though. I don't want to be.
That's like staying stuck on multi-point. My bad, bro.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, being stagnant in information is like not evolving from multiplication into division.
And look, we in an age of what? Information. So to be stagnant upon information when there's so much more information coming out is having a computer that you never upgraded, or never letting your phone upgrade it. I mean, download the update. I got old phones laying around. If they don't download the updates that come out, them phones become useless. You see what I'm saying? So we in an information age. You know, I take advantage of that because I learned before the internet came out, where you had to go purchase books, go spend hours in the fucking library, take notes. All of these things that motherfuckers don't even know how to do today. Niggas don't even know how to research today. You see what I'm saying? So I be looking at motherfuckers crazy. They be like, how could you figure out what mRNA was and how to stop it and boo boo boo? Nigga, the CIA and the government has government sites with the whole shit on there. You just gotta read it. Yeah, it's 100 pages fucking long and 300 pages long. You have to read it. And words you don't understand, you got Google goddamn right there. Why you can't Google the fucking word and say, oh, that's what that means? See, I'm willing.
This generation don't even know what encyclopedias are, man.
I'm willing to put that work in. I'm willing to put that work in. I'm not an idiot. You know, when I was in the joint, man, I was a jailhouse lawyer. I stayed in the goddamn. I fought my own case for 10 years. I got plenty of people. I got a drug dealer with a mandatory drug sentence, a goddamn probation hearing. That's how slick I was. You can't get a probation hearing if you got a mandatory drug sentence. Yet they came down and visited this nigga, and this stupid idiot went out. I said, go out there and say he was a crackhead. This nigga, because he was from a small town. I said, go out there and say he was a crackhead. They came down here, man, go out there and say he was a crackhead. Couldn't bring himself to do it. I said, you an idiot. Now you about to do 5. So you an idiot.
You didn't want to classify himself as a crackhead?
No. I had another partner. Man, I had another partner that caught a big drug case. I said, man, you ain't gonna like what I'm gonna tell you, but I guarantee you, if you go in here and say this, you're not gonna get all that time. Go in there, tell that judge you was a crackhead and that you so ashamed that you was sucking dick just to pay for your crack addiction and you just got caught with them drugs, but the drugs ain't yours. Say that. I said, the shock of that is going to make that judge believe you. Now, yeah, everybody in the courtroom gonna be looking at your ass crazy, but do you want people looking at you crazy, or do you want to serve this goddamn 20 years they trying to put on your ass?
Bro, how you supposed to justify that back in the
Nigga, I'd have did it. I'd have did it proud. I was like, y'all, I was in there sucking dick and doing everything else, man. I'm not proud of what I did, but the drugs had a hold of me. I'd have said whatever to get the fuck out of town. And I wouldn't have gave a fuck what nobody thought. See, that's our problem. Niggas care so much about what the next nigga think, and you about to do this type of time that you wouldn't say some shit that would get you out of that time.
No, I get it, man, but damn, that's wild.
That's why I should have been a lawyer, because I know how to get a nigga free. I know how to get a nigga free. It's all about learning how the system works. It's a system in everything. So now we finding out in the School of Esoteric Knowledge, we done did testimony. We on Testimony of Solomon, the Book of Giants, Enoch, Jew, Talmud of Emmanuel, the Egyptian Book of the Dead, the Pistis Sophia. That's 7 ancient texts that this class has went over starting from September 7th, 2025 till today. And it's been this core group of 50 people who have been here since day one. Since September 7th. Look what they got under their belt, and look what you bitches at home. What the fuck do you got on? What do you got up under your belt? What have you done since September 7th, 2025 that you can look back on and say that was an accomplishment? I invested in myself. I am a better person. Some of you bitches got BBLs and shit. That was your investment to yourself. Something that when you die, shit, if it lasts that long, it's gonna wither up. When they open up your grave, your fucking ass gonna look like a deflated basketball. Like, make it make sense. These people have done something. 7 ancient texts. 7 of them. Each one of these people realistically can go start their own page and say, hey, you know what? I've studied this. I know this. These are people that's doing something by their own actions. If raising a vibration was a thing, this would be it. Investing in yourself with knowledge. That's the only way you can raise your understanding. That's the only way. You got to pour something in to be able to get something out. You can't get nothing out if you ain't putting nothing in. cannot put nothing out if you can't get nothing in. I mean, if you can't get nothing out if you ain't putting nothing in. So while you people sit at home and go back to your TV shows and all this shit when I cut y'all off, I want these words to ring in your head for the rest of the night. You are a dumb fuck. Say it with me. I'm a stupid motherfucker. I'd rather sit at home and scroll on Instagram and watch videos instead of do something constructive with my life. Here's a man offering his time and his expertise to help guide people and read ancient texts and things of this nature. And yet, I don't want to pay $35 to do this. I would rather sit at home, smoke weed, or whatever the fuck it is you're doing, play the game. We know what you're doing because everybody do the same thing, right? Everybody basically do the same thing. Niggas spend hours scrolling on their phone, reading comments. And you do this day in and day out. The people in the School of Esoteric Knowledge, they do the same thing. We all do the same thing. Except they have decided to add something important to their lives. For one day, these guys sit up here for 6-7 hours and gain some knowledge. And now they can look back and say, damn, we did start September 7th last year. That was a long time. And they can be proud and say, damn, we did go through 7 ancient texts.
Won't stop.
They elevating themselves above you just by that. So if there ever was a thing of raising your vibration, they're raising theirs above the common people. Because you don't know what they know now. And they not like you. It's 50 people on here that's nothing like you. They are above you. They know more than you. They know more than you, fam. Get off your ass and go to, get off your ass and go to the website and join and invest in yourself. Go ahead, Aaron.
I just want to say, man, I did like 20, 25 years in the church, studied the Bible, read the Bible, and I've been in this school for 7 months, and I know 100 times more than I did in 25 years. So kudos to you, bro.
I appreciate you. Kudos to you for sticking it out, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm right with you. I did 10 years in Islam, reading the Quran and the Hadiths. You know, I grew up in the church, reading the Bible and trying to figure it out. Reading the Bible, just read. I ain't learned shit. I ain't learned shit in Christianity. I ain't learned shit in Islam. I mean, Islam, I do have to say about Islam. Islam promotes education. And it was in Islam that I first really got a glimpse of the unseen system, because they call it in Islam or Arabic, it's called the Ghaib. All right. But it wasn't really telling you a lot. Like it told me, hey, you got 2 beings that record everything you do. One record the good, one record the bad. You know, it told us about man, it's been a minute now, but beings made with smokeless fire, beings made like human, flesh, and just other beings. And so it alluded to, it gave up more than Christianity, let's just say. So it gave up more, and then you would need to use ramification thinking a lot in Islam to understand that there is an unseen system in place. But it did tell you about it a little bit, which actually caused me to keep reading. See, some people join these religions and stuff like that, and that's it. It's just like what Ludwig was saying earlier. You become stagnated, and a lot of people have done this. How the fuck you think you get to a point and you like if you ask a Christian, they'll say, well, we the truth. Christianity is the truth. Well, do you know anything about Islam? No. Do you know anything about any of the other, 2,000 plus religions in the world? Do you know anything about those religions? No, you don't. So what you fucking telling me is you was walking down the street called religion, and the store you saw called Christianity, you stopped and you never went down the street. That's what the fuck you telling me.
And with you, Raw, we cover all that shit at once where we don't even have to do it separately.
Exactly. I mean, people ain't smart, man. They not smart. They don't know how to think. You know what I'm saying? And our ancestors was the dumbest motherfuckers. Because each generation is smarter than the previous. Are we not smarter than our parents? Can your parents sit down at this computer right now and do any goddamn thing? Probably not. So I don't understand these arguments about the ancestors. Every time I turn on the TV and look back at the 50s, the 60s, the 1800s, the 1600s, the 2,000 years ago, I see a bunch of dumb motherfuckers. I don't see no smart motherfuckers. I don't see smart people. Harriet Tubman learned how to free slaves. She was smart for her time. She was brave for her time. But was she for the system? No. What could we learn from Harriet Tubman today? Besides slavery, I don't agree with. Can we learn anything else from Harriet Tubman? Harriet Tubman believed God was guiding her. Should I tell her that it was your God that instituted the slavery in the first place? We got to wake up from the foolishness. You got the blind leading the blind out here, man. The dummies leading the dummies.
And then sometimes it's people that know the truth that just mislead.
Yeah, they do it on purpose for ulterior motives. So you always got to question why somebody is doing something. See, this is not my first go round, people. This is my second series of pages. This is not my first series of pages. It's my second series of pages. These people have been after my ass since 2017. First page on TikTok, Rraw Report, 1.7 billion total views. Deleted. Next page on TikTok, Raw Therapy, 65 billion views. Deleted. First page on Instagram, Rraw Report. Kyrie Irving and all them niggas start following me. Followers go up, deleted. I was at what, 85,000 followers back then? I know I should have 1 million followers plus. But they keep deleting me or shadow banning me like they're doing now. I have backup pages that have more followers than this. Raw News, deleted. My entertainment page, Rawtainment. You ain't never heard of it. Why? Shadow banned stopped it at 8,000 followers. That was from 2017. The music, was planning to put my music out. So they just been, it's a system in place. And this is their platform and all that, and I get it. We'll settle this shit in court. But I mean, you need to understand though that nothing in this world is not monitored. So if you're having some success in this world, then you doing what they want you to do. Because if you was what they didn't want you to do, you would have no success. And if you're very successful, you might want to look at why am I so successful when others are not? Because there's a reason. There's a reason Forbidden Knowledge reached out to me when I first got on Instagram, because all of my goddamn videos was going viral. And he had 200 something thousand followers at the time, and sent me a message and said, hey man, I like your page. You got a nice page. Forbidden Knowledge used to repost my videos. I mean, he got thousands on his page now. You would have to go back 10 years to see some of them. All right. But he used to repost my videos. So I've been doing this a long time publicly. A lot of people know the Rraw Report. That name is known. And to be honest, I didn't know it was I don't know, some kind of music people out here called the Rraw Report. So I had to use 2 R's because I wanted that name. And when I found out the name was taken, I said, fuck it, I'm going to just use 2 R's. But they never made no noise. Don't nobody even know about them. You know what I'm saying? They out of Brooklyn, I think. You know what I'm saying? But I took the name and I blew it up. So when people hear the Rraw Report, they know it's a black man that's going to be talking shit. You know what I'm saying? But he's going to be speaking the truth. But anyway, let's get to it, man, because I want to finish this book. And it's kind of fascinating to me at the same time. And we left off on page 180 out of 193. So we're really close to finishing this. Does anybody have anything that they want to say, add, whatever? Anything happen? You know, this week I seen a UFO. I posted it. You know, my page being shadow banned, so some of y'all might not have seen it. But I seen a UFO. I had went to the movies in South Haven, Mississippi, and I had went at the last show. So I got out of there. It was probably almost close to 1 o'clock, 12:30, 1 o'clock, and I went to this drive-through at Burger King. And as I'm in the drive-through, I see this light in the sky, right? I'm like, what the fuck is that? Right? Because it was big and it was like it was changing colors and shit. So I was looking at it and I was, even me, I'd be like, man, that's just a plane or something, right? But I was like, but it's changing colors. I've never seen a plane change colors, right? So I said, fuck this, I'm going to tape this bitch. So I taped it, it was something. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it wasn't no plane. I can tell you that much. It wasn't no plane. So if you want to see that, it's on one of my Instagram pages.
The so-called woke community would say that was plasma.
You know, the way it was bouncing back, it kind of looked like some plasma. But I don't know, man. And then when you see shit like this, you don't know if it's the government, because by now, they have made their own shit. You see what I'm saying? They done made their own shit now. So some of this stuff we could be seeing in the skies could be the government. Then on the flip side, it could be them. Now we are in an age where they don't allow AI to get to where it's at, so that everybody's gonna question everything that they see or believe, or not believe, but everything that they see. Which is a good thing, I think, because you need to question everything you see. You need to look and see if you can, discredit it or confirm it. You know what I'm saying? But the good thing about this is, and probably for many of you in the class as well, is your understanding now is more advanced than regular people. So I don't need to see shit in the sky to confirm that aliens exist. All right. I don't need to see that. I already know they exist. You know what I'm saying? So that shit don't matter to me, for real, for real. You know, a lot of people are just now waking up to the stuff that's, you know, that I've been knowing for years. And, you know, that's their journey, I guess, and all of that, but it's not too much that I don't know, you know. It wasn't my whole deal to focus on this life. Once I figured out that this life is controlled, my own life was controlled up to this point. You know what I'm saying? I didn't take an FBI job. They sent me to prison. That's control. That's control. You've been controlling me since I got out the joint. I found something that I like to do and I want to share with the public. You thwarted that. You stopped me from blowing up. That's control. This is not fucking coincidences.
Do you still feel like you're institutionalized in a way?
I was never institutionalized. No,
I mean, well,
you don't get institutions. People who get institutionalized are people who adhere to the system. You see what I'm saying? I've never adhered to any system. That's why I'm here. You know, there's people that's never been to the joint that's out here walking institutionalized. Many of them are our parents. Get up, go to work, come home, 40 years later, die. If that ain't institutionalized, I don't know what the fuck is. And then all that time.
You could also throw the word indoctrination in there too.
Yeah. And then all that time, never elevate, never question the system. When you don't question and when you just follow, you an inmate. It's inmates walking this bitch. Some of y'all work with inmates. I hear niggas all the time say shit, man, what you about to do? Man, I'm about to do the same thing I did yesterday. And they don't realize that the same thing you did yesterday turns into years, decades. I watched my father do it. And you know what they be so simple-minded. And I hate to use that as an analogy with my own dad because he the one who really woke me up to this shit. You know, but that's what he did till he died. You know, especially if you married, then you really done kind of, and I've been married 3 times, so I know what I'm talking about. When you get married, you really boxing yourself in. You in a box now. And a motherfucker like me who been married 3 times, I can actually tell you, I look back on that and I say, damn, you was maybe because I don't adhere to the system. Maybe that's why none of these marriages worked out. I mean, they didn't work out for different reasons. First wife got sick. She decided to leave. Second wife, her thing. Third wife was an idiot. So, but I look back and I'm like, man, you built that box around yourself. From the top, box yourself in on the sides, from the bottom. Now you in the box. You're going to go to work. You're going to come home. And that's what you're going to do for the next 40, 50 years till you fucking die. Unless you find a woman who is as equally, or a man, if you're a woman, who is as equally thirsty for knowledge and learning and stuff as you are, and then y'all will do that together as a team and all of that. But I can tell you right now, that shit don't work if there's only one of y'all wanting that.
Can I say something, Rraw?
Go ahead, Raj.
Institutionalized. So you gotta say the word institutionalized. I'm gonna give you a good example. All right, it's child time. You ring you roll the doors. They come out. It's child time. Okay, go back in. Now it's law library time. You get a few people to come out. They go to the law library. It's rec time. You get a few people to go out because you are in a system where you are controlled.
That's right.
So therefore, you don't make a move until they tell you to make a move. That's the reason why so many inmates, when they get out of prison, they don't know what the fuck to do because they were used to a guard telling them, "Hey, law library, it's time to go. It's time to go see your people. Your people here, get dressed, get ready to go."
Yeah.
Because they never ever decided to what develop themselves. Okay? In other words, develop yourself to where you won't be able to be dependent upon the system. Develop yourself to where you'll be able to go back out and into the world. Rehabilitate yourself so you can operate and not being stuck in the system of control. I just want to say that. That's all.
And you know, I have to also admit that I was fortunate enough, if I can say fortunate, I was fortunate enough to be in a prison that wasn't controlled specifically, just like Rod said, because that's how prisons are controlled now. But I was in one of the last of the prisons. The prison I was in was called Lima Correctional, and it used to be a crazy house. They actually wrote a book about it. It's called the House of Horrors. You know what I'm saying? So they had converted that into a prison, and I was fortunate to get there after it was converted. All right, like the doctor there, our prison doctor, you would like, you know, I played ball and stuff like this, so I had sprained my ankle many times going there with an ankle big as a softball, and this is what the doctor would tell you. This is what he would say to you. Really, it didn't matter what your ailment was. You could have came in there with a broken neck. He gonna say the same thing. This is what he would say. This is no bullshit. Do you smoke? And I didn't smoke. I was, no, I don't smoke. Start smoking. Next. And the CO would be right there behind you. And you'd be like, man, what the fuck is you? You want to go to the hole? No. Get up. Get the fuck out. We had this doctor in there for about the first 7-8 years of my bid. So going to the doctor, you might well save your little $3 because they charge us $3. You might well save that. He ain't gonna give you no meds. He ain't gonna give you nothing. You know, so we learn home, you know, remedies based off what we could get out the commissary, aspirin and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We learn how to take care of ourselves in there. You know, by it used to being a former mental hospital, it had a basement. It had like 3 basements in that bitch. It was in a circle. All these big rooms and small rooms. It was rooms everywhere. This was the place where drugs was everywhere. The female COs was fucking. They killed one of them up in there because she was selling ass and she didn't, you know, she took one of these niggas' money and didn't give them the money, and they cut her throat up in that bitch with a tuna can top. You know, it wasn't no real, like it wasn't no Lucasville or no Supermax, you know, but if you didn't handle yourself, if you know, I was in a gang, it was off the chain up in there. You know, but it was a little bit of freedom. And our freedom came through sports. It was a sports camp. They would actually get people from the city to come in there and play the inmates. Softball, softball and basketball. We had football too. Flag football. What flag football, you know, send people to the hospital? How you break your leg in a flag football game? You play it in prison. And I coached and played all of these sports. They called my teams the gangbang teams. I brought Crips and Bloods together, folks, on the same team, and got these niggas to put their beef down and come together as one, at least for this team. But I recognized that built camaraderie with them when they left the football field and went back into the population. Them niggas was cool, so that squashed a lot of beefs. But my life experiences, yeah, they've been unique to me, but at the same time, it's been controlled by this guy, this unseen system. But see, there's not a bad situation you can be in. So death don't scare me. That's why these motherfuckers lock them up. They already tried that. So they shadow ban me. They don't really want to kill me. They need somebody out here to be telling y'all the truth. The truth needs to come across everybody's ears because it's your choice whether you listen or not. But see, that's the disclaimer. Like people be saying they got to tell you the truth in movies and stuff like this. Well, the Rraw Report is a truth that you need to hear as part of the system. If you don't believe that truth when you hear it, that's their disclaimer. They satisfied they end. Now it's on you. Just like when you see the truth in the movies. If you can't recognize that they telling you the truth, even though it's in a funny setting, that's your problem. But they have satisfied what they are supposed to do. So they let people like me, get to a little bit. But that's only because I'm helping them satisfy whatever cosmic law they got that you need to hear the truth. But see, they know, look, 90,000 followers before the shadow ban. This class should have thousands of followers in it. Thousands. Why wouldn't you join a class that's going to read over ancient texts with you? Why do you follow somebody that you waiting to hear what he say, and then he say, well, I'm gonna offer a class while I read these ancient texts with y'all, so we sit down, we're gonna go over it. Why wouldn't you do that? I'm still banging my head like, what the fuck? It's just people. It's the people. It's something wrong with the people. There's nothing wrong with me. It's something wrong with the people, which further confirms my point that the masses are idiots. They idiots. They idiots. They don't understand. So how many, Jesus found how many disciples? 12. Do you really think about this for a second, as dumb as people are, and you hear the stories in there, oh, Jesus fed 3,000 people with the man, I don't think it was 3,000 motherfuckers there. It might have been 300 motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But 3,000, Jesus fed 3,000 people with some bread and basically with some fish sandwiches and some wine or whatever the fuck he did. Man, get the fuck out of here. 3,000 people in the city of Galilee. So everybody decided to come out. No, they didn't. All right. You want to know why I know that story ain't true? If a motherfucker today started doing miracles, half of the people would say he got a demon in him. Just out of ignorance. I don't know about that. That might be a demon. He might. They say the devil gonna do mysterious works too, and all of this shit. Fuckers is, man. You can't satisfy the public, man. It's. I don't know how that works, but it's something wrong up here with the majority of the people. There's something wrong with them. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, all right. Y'all people at home, keep on doing what you're doing. It's working for you, right? You look back on yourself from where you was last year and look at yourself this year. You're better this year, right? Keep lying to yourself, dumb bitch. You ain't better. These people here, these 50 people here, they better. They better than they was last year. I'm better than I was last year. You not better than you was last year. And can't none of you niggas tell me that you are. You not better than you were. You not more enlightened. You not more smarter than you was last year. Them facts. Them are facts. I'm a person. I don't stay the same. I might have to take a few steps back, because life will punch you in the face. But one thing I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna give up. And number two, if I don't see elevation, even in my personal life, like if I don't see advancement, when I feel stagnated, I stop, I sit down, and I reflect, and I don't like staying at the same level. I don't like staying at the same level. And I'm gonna figure out a way to advance some type of way. or at least get in a better position than I was previously. But I realize I can't do none of that without this. Without this. So motherfuckers, man, y'all underestimate the power of knowledge. That's what I think. You underestimate the power of knowledge. Learning this shit, man, this is the shit to know. And then since life ain't promised to you, I could walk out tomorrow and get hit by a goddamn bus. I'm cool with that. Because I got more knowledge today than I did last week. I know what to expect. I know what to do in the afterlife. The majority of you motherfuckers that's sitting at home, what you gonna do in the afterlife is sit there like a goddamn spectator and let somebody take your hand like a bitch, and you gonna follow, bitch ass motherfucker. That's what you gonna do. You gonna follow like a bitch. And if we relate that to prison, you would be somebody's bitch in prison. You would be somebody's bitch in prison. So do yourself a favor. Join the class, get the school of get the soul trap session. Hell, get the book. Do something, man. Invest in yourself, dog. This life ain't you, man. Stop taking it so serious. This life ain't you. You are not who you have made yourself to be in the mirror. All right? Yeah, nigga, I was in the joint. I was working out and doing all that shit, man. I still work out a little bit. All right? But this ain't me, man. This ain't me and that ain't you. This that's in here, your soul, your consciousness, that's who you are. And if you don't lift no weights for your brain by reading, then you're going to be a weak bitch on the other side. And that's really, truly all you should be concerned about. Because that's all life is for. See, this life inside this dome ain't for you to enjoy. It's for you to learn so you can get the fuck up out of here. This is a prison. Maybe that's why they sent me to prison. So that I could learn the analogy. That prison is not a place you want to be. So you need to learn to get out. You can't physically break out. You got to mentally get out of here. And y'all not getting that analogy. And so you're going to stay in here. And you'll get to do it again some other time. All right. Fuck y'all niggas, man. Let's get into the...
Hey, you recording now?
Yes, sir.
Oh, my man.
Let's get into... let me turn my screen around for you guys. Anybody got something they want to say? Anything happened to anybody this week, or a dream or something? Somebody fucking with you or whatever?
Man, I've been seeing a lot of orbs lately, bro.
Is that a fact? Ooh. What type of orbs?
Man, they be transparent and they be flashing this shit. And sometimes I be seeing a whole fleet of them. Like it's a whole fleet of spaceships, but there are a whole bunch of orbs just flashing and shit.
Where you at in New York? Where you at? The Bronx, Brooklyn?
No, I'm in Houston, Texas.
Oh, you in Houston? I thought, oh, that's Raul. Raul, you in New York, right?
Nah, that's Yaga.
Yaga's in New York. All right, you in Houston. You seeing shit in Houston.
And like it'd be so weird because I'd be talking on the phone sometimes and I see them. I could be taking a shower and I see them.
Nigga, Texas. I never been to Houston, but I'd have been to Dallas. I'd have been to what's that motherfucker where the the Mexican cartel is down by the border.
Oh, Brownsville,
No, not Brownsville, the other one.
El Paso.
El Paso, yeah. Nigga, El Paso ain't no fucking joke, man. I swear to God, man. When I went to El Paso and seen these niggas, the judge was running for re-election, and these niggas put a judge dummy out there with a noose around his neck. I said, I got to get the fuck out of here. These niggas is threatening the judges.
I didn't hear about that.
Dog, yes. I seen it with my own eyes. I was like, because I didn't understand it. I asked somebody when I went to the hotel, I was like, I saw that. And they was like, yeah, that's the cartels. I'm like, oh shit, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Man, when you say the cartels, they be doing that, chopping off heads and everything.
Man, I got the fuck out of here. And then, I was on a trip, man. I went to, I was in New Mexico, and actually El Paso and Roswell is not really that far. I was going to El Paso, so I had to go through a piece of New Mexico to get there. And I remember seeing a sign that said Roswell, like 40 miles, right? And it was at night. And I didn't know that's where I was. I was truck driving. I didn't know that's where I was till I saw that sign. I was like, oh shit. And I'm a type of dude that when I truck drive, I'm watching, especially out in the country, it's the sky is lit up. And I was just seeing all kind of lights, man, that just didn't make no goddamn sense. And when I saw that Roswell sign, that shit scared the fuck out of me, knowing, this is, from what I do, I'm saying, oh, hell no. I went to a gas station and I stayed the night in that bitch, but I just kept looking, and then, I made a lot of videos and I posted them. The mountains in New Mexico, they all got the top sheared off. And I was like, this is not something natural. Why is all the tops of these bitches flat? You know what I'm saying? Like they was all flat. And that's when I started thinking, like, the same thing about the Grand Canyon. This was something place over here. And Roswell is tied into that shit some kind of way. It's an ancient place probably where these niggas, like they say in Peru with the Nazca lines and all of that ancient aliens was taking off. I believe they was doing that shit over in Roswell too. That's why they found that shit. It's a base over there, probably underground. That's been there for thousands of years.
My Tia, my aunt, she lives in Albuquerque. Yeah. And weird stuff happens in Albuquerque all the time. But yeah, the Sandia Mountains, the Watermelon Mountains, what we call it. Yeah. Yeah. Swears up and down. She's seen aliens go up and out of those mountains.
Oh, those mountains. I believe them. Mm-hmm. I pulled over a few times during the day, just to look around and get footage. It's rattlesnakes and shit out there. I wasn't doing too much, but you can't be in those mountains, man, and feel like you even by yourself. And that's even during the day.
I used to live in Albuquerque because that's where my family lives. Oh yeah, same thing. I'm seeing orbs and a lot of photos that I've got. The energy there is messed up, dude.
Yeah. I was scared shitless down there. I couldn't wait to get there. I flew the fuck out of there. After I dropped my truck off. Yeah, because it's something going on down there, man. It's something going on down in New Mexico, for real. For real.
But would you consider the whole orb thing that I'm witnessing to be a bad thing?
No, I think you in Houston, and I was trying to, search my data banks for anything. The only thing that keep popping up is when the Malaysia flight went down, it was a sighting, but it wasn't in Houston. But I forget the city because I researched this shit like a motherfucker. It was a sighting. It was kind of close to Houston. Do you remember something of like a big black rectangular UFO or people seeing something like that in your area going probably back, maybe 10, 15 years ago?
Oh, no, but I'm not talking about like spaceship orbs. I'm talking about like spiritual orbs.
Wow. If you seen
I've seen a lot of those, like transparent, flashing, spiritual orbs, not even there.
You saying inside the house or outside?
Inside.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
we be all over inside my house and shit.
Yeah, when I went to sell my house, now my mother died in my room because I was in the joint, right? She had a heart attack. And when I took pictures of the house to put it up for sale, when I got to that room, because this was before like really digital cameras, I was doing it with a regular camera that you had to go get the film developed. When I got the film developed, orbs all over the place, but only in that room, like so many orbs. I had to retake the picture a few times to get a clear picture of the room. And it, each orb they say is like a soul, all right? Or let's just say an entity. Let's not say a soul. Some type of entity. They and I haven't put it out yet, but in this update to the Soul Trap session, the one I was telling you about, the little girl that went up to heaven, when she saw Sananda or Jesus, he came down, he came to her in an orb first, and then he like materialized. So they travel. That's a form of travel for them, is in an orb. You know what I'm saying? It looked like just light to us, but that's what the little girl said. She said she was there and she was with her spirit guides, and the so-called Holy Spirit told her, we got a surprise for you. And then she says the orb came, and then it became a man, and it was Jesus or whatever. And so they travel like that, But go ahead. Somebody else was about to say something about the orbs.
Oh, I was just gonna say kind of the same thing. Like in my abuela's house, we have a lot of folks passing there, and we always see orbs in the photos, or just kind of in person as well. They're just kind of existing. So,
and
I think it's the souls that don't go into light but don't know where to go.
Right. And I was gonna say that, but I was also gonna say, like,
is it a bad thing that I'm seeing though?
No, it's just that's the people that's there. They everywhere. Yeah. They're everywhere. It might be a good thing that you can see them though.
Nobody else is seeing them except for me though.
That's what I was saying. It might be a good thing that you can see them. Or
you might be a little more sensitive to them.
Or you could be about to check about this motherfucker. I mean, it could be either. Not to scare you.
Yeah, hold on, bro. Don't put that on me,
man. Hey, you got the soul trap, brother. You ain't got nothing to worry about.
You ain't got nothing to worry about.
That's valid.
Man, death, don't be afraid of death, man. When that shit come, dog. I'm watching that series called The Boys, and they kill and Homelander killed A-Train. And how A-Train went out, that's how you want to go out. He was laughing at Homelander. He's like, what was I fucking afraid of? You know what I'm saying? He like,
you ain't shit.
Yeah, you ain't shit. And he just laughed. And he broke his neck, but he went out laughing. Man, that's how you got to do, man. You don't know however death going to happen, you going to see the entity known as death. You going to see that motherfucker.
If you want to bring up that I could possibly be checking out LOL, I want to go over the Soul Trap then. LOL.
Nigga, you know what to do. Flex on their ass. Flex on their ass. Conjure up a joint and just smoke that bitch and say, that's all you got. And flick it at him. Say, I'm out this bitch. Say, I'm out this bitch. Y'all gonna have this bitch. Fuck you bitches. All right. Man, all right. I can tell y'all one thing. They're not gonna be expecting. Everybody that dies afraid and coming on that other side like a deer in the headlights. All right. And that's what they're accustomed to. So they're not gonna be accustomed to this different type of energy when you hit the other side. They just not. They're gonna understand they're dealing with a different. This person is not a regular person. Go ahead, DJ.
I do have a question. As far as going back to see is it would I have to ask you for a certain date and then you send that link to me, or is there a place where I can just go look at all the classes that have been passed?
I'll send it to you. Send me a
okay, it's no problem.
Yeah, send me an email. Yeah, if
okay.
Class, if any of y'all want to go back and review the other classes, send me an email and I'll send you a link You know what? I'm about to try to figure out a way how to do that, because when you sign up, when you join the class, you get the links to all the previous classes. But I know, like for y'all, y'all only been getting links from the previous class. So
I've only been able to see what you sent me in the past. That's
right.
What I was asking right now is there.
Like if you was to cancel, if any of y'all was to cancel y'all subscription and then re-sign up, you automatically get an email that's gonna have all the links. Right, Raj? Because Raj just did that. Is Raj still here? I don't think he's gone.
All right, cool. All right, that's what I wanted to know. That was my only question. So I'll send you the email.
It did it for me though, Rraw.
It did it for you, Darius?
Yeah, it did it for me.
Yeah, Raj,
Do you want me to send it through your
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. It did it for you too, Raj, right? You got the email with the links for all the classes when you re-signed up, right?
It did me the same way too.
It did you too, KJ? All right. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm
I don't get them anymore.
who don't get them?
Okay, so what I'll do, I'll go to your Rraw Report page and then I'll just send you my email.
All right. This next so tomorrow when I send y'all out this link, I'm gonna make sure y'all have the links to all the previous classes. All right.
I appreciate you for that, man.
Yeah. So who said they not getting nothing though? Was that you, Helena?
Sound like Helena
me,
said.
me.
I'm not either. I have to constantly ask for it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, man.
I was constantly receiving them and now I don't get anything. I don't even get links to the meeting anymore.
I sent y'all the link this, like at 2 o'clock. So the only thing I know that, because I got my emails listed on there too. So it goes into my promotional folders. That's where it goes. Not my spam.
Yes.
It goes into my promotional folders.
Right.
Which is a folder that they just made that folder up because, that's a new folder. I didn't make that up. Gmail made that shit up. I don't even know where that folder fucking came from, but I don't know who y'all got, but
Alina,
go ahead, Aaron.
also for everyone, because that was happening to me. If you use one of the old links that had the online meeting ID and whatnot, that'll get you into the class. And that fixed my issue. So I don't know what's going on with it, but
I think all of them are gone. I can't find
oh,
So if you not so
you did an update?
search for Rraw.
you know what I want to do? I want to get us off the email system and get us on text messages. All right. So if all of y'all can email me directly your phone number, then we'll just be on. I could send an SMS out through my website, and instead of it being an email, you'll get the link through your phone. Through your text messaging, and then you just click on the link on your phone, and it'll take you either to the previous class or to this class or whatever. I think that'll be better for us.
Well, how I get on it now is that CC app.
Mm-hmm.
So the phone.
Right. Yeah, let's get on the telephone school for the whole. We got 51 members. Let's get on. So I know a lot of people not here, but they're gonna see the recording. So I'm gonna send a message out. I might have to do it manually to each person individually, but let's get on the phone system so that way we can do away with people not getting emails and all of that, and everybody will get the links and all of that. So we'll get on the phone system and that'll solve that. They actually got an app. Wix got an app, which is, it's not like an app, an entertainment app. It's just a Wix app where I can, send you stuff and stuff like that. I've been debating about getting on it only because it's limited, and I would really like to do the another Knowledge College app at some point. But let's get on. We'll do telephones. We'll do text messaging for a minute. I think that'll be more effective for us. So You can email me and send me your phone number, and I'll put it into the system. Cause some of y'all got your phone numbers on your profile on my website, and some of y'all don't. So, yeah, email me your phone numbers, and we will solve that problem for good. All right. Well, hopefully, Ludwig, you're not about to check out, man. You just, I don't know though, Ludwig. You seeing stuff that. So was you seeing this stuff before?
Nah, man, it just started this year, and I don't know why.
You know, and I want to say this too. Look, we have let me see, is this motherfucker here? Is Unknown in here today?
Not that I saw him, no.
Wait, here go one under
Yeah.
Theo.
Oh, is he?
Hold on, see.
Yeah, there's a phone number the same time twice.
Oh, yes.
All right. So who is Unknown? Can Unknown speak for us, please? Whoever's Unknown, can you speak? Because if you don't speak, I'm gonna boot you out the class. I just want you to speak. You don't gotta.
The phone number is Daryl Johnson.
Oh, DJ. Okay.
Yeah, but
I'm good. I'm right here. I'm good. I'm right here.
Wait, where you at?
I don't know why my phone number shows up 3 times in the thing.
Yeah, because it's got your email and your phone number twice.
Oh, okay. So, well, yeah, this Unknown is not, because nothing happens when I click it. So, and I'm pretty sure if I remove it, it's gonna remove you, DJ. But we'll try it and see.
Goodbye.
No, that motherfucker was in. That bitch was in here. So we got a government agent in at the school. He's here every fucking week. And every time I remove him from the class.
There are 24 participants in the conference. The recording has started. Please announce yourself.
Has anybody ever seen?
So that was not you, DJ. That was our government official that attends the class.
Oh,
All right, because every time I would kick him out, it kicks me out. So yeah, so we got government. So look, the government is in this bitch. All right. And if the government is in this bitch, please understand the as above boys or the Gaid boys, whatever you want to call them, they in this bitch too. So some of y'all, they own you. They own all of y'all. Please understand that. Please, with everything I love, I'm telling you, you being monitored. All right. All of y'all in this class being monitored. Everybody in this class being monitored by you are now on the map, or on the checklist, whatever you want to say, for the spiritual system on the other side. All right. And they monitoring you especially. Just the same way they monitor me. They coming to see you at night. They doing shit in your life. All right. And it's because you got this special knowledge. So I don't want you to be naive about it, just like we got Unknown in this class, or was before I. All right. The government is monitoring you just like they monitor me. I'm talking about the real United States government is watching you just like they watch me. Everything is bugged. CIA, FBI, NSA, whoever the fuck you want to say it is. But you on the map. And you on the map because the knowledge that we are gaining in this class is a threat to the system. And see, if these idiots at home was joining the class, and then, they're afraid of the trickle effect. You see what I'm saying? That's what they're afraid of. They're afraid each one will tell one. You see what I'm saying? So right now, we not a threat, because they know the Rraw Report. I'm not about to go speaking across the world and all that dumb shit. You want to join the class? Come join the class. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to do all that and set myself up for an easy kill. You know what I'm saying? By a clone. They got clones now. They don't even. They got a clone they got a clone that they can give a whole identity to that'll kill you, and then they go take out the clone and throw him in the trash. Now that they ain't affected nobody's life. They don't need the MK Ultra nobody like Sirhan and fuck up somebody's life and have all these questions and all this stuff that could prove a conspiracy. They don't need to do that. Now they just make a clone. What did you make me for? Brainwash that motherfucker. He go do the job, and then they just kill him and throw him in the garbage. He never had a life to begin with. But the system fears people with knowledge. They don't care nothing about these idiots that's scrolling and shit. Like, they don't care about these knuckleheads at home. But y'all, they all up in your business. They just curious. They want to know and see what you're gonna do with the knowledge that you have. All right. I think what kind of keep me alive is they know I'm not. I mean, I run classes and I try to tell people, hey, listen to me and stuff like that. But I'm not looking to be a leader. I was earlier in the game. You know what I'm saying? I was asking some of the rich people that follow me, Kyrie Irving and them, Jafar Jackson, who playing Michael Jackson right now. I didn't talk to him. I was asking these people, Eddie Griffin and them, CeeLo Green, Jordan Sparks, these people that follow me, hey, put some money behind me. Put some money behind me. Get me to a bigger platform. I don't want to do that now. Fuck because I understand that's a dummy move. It's a dummy move. You know what I'm saying? It's a dummy move. Martin Luther King sacrificed his life for what? One of the last things he said was, I fucked up. I never should have did this. This whole integration shit was, I fucked up. I never should have did that. Black people never should have integrated. Not to be racist, but to be like the other communities that come here, the Italians, the Chinese, and the Russians. They got their own communities. They keep their money inside their own communities and stuff like that. So he notably said, I fucked up. But see, he was used. Martin Luther King was used by the system. They wanted integration. The system wanted integration. The system may kick that division shit and that racial shit to you, but they wanted the integration. That's how you keep control. You can't control people that say we stand on our own. You can only control people that come into the system, accept the system, identify with the system. In some of these wars where niggas go across seas, like to Vietnam and stuff, some of the Viet Cong was like, we ain't got no problem with you. Put your weapon down. We'll let you live. Go on about your fucking business. That type of shit happened. Even in the Korean War, my father told me about that, which he was in the Korean War. Where some of the Koreans was like telling the black dudes if they got the drop on your ass, they say, put your weapons down and go away. They said, we have no problem with you, black man. That's what they would say. So, even overseas, they recognize, and I'm not saying it's the white man, but they recognizing that the system in America is the government. And if black people been oppressed by that same government, I don't understand. Like, we identify as black Americans and all of that stuff. I got my passport. When I go overseas, I ain't gonna be saying I'm a black American. I'm gonna be like, man, I'm just a nigga, man. I just live over there. I've never supported our government. How can I support a government that enslaved my people and called it legal for 400 fucking years? How could I ever, that's fucked up. So they overseas, some of these motherfuckers overseas is even so bright that they be like, you brainwashed. They know, they be like, well, he don't know. They don't know no better. They've been indoctrinated. They've been brainwashed. Some of them even look at you like that. Of course, your black African brothers and sisters, many of them, they just don't like you because they think we stupid and ignorant and dumb. Because they like, why you ain't came home? You know what I'm saying? So we like, why you didn't come home? When you got free, you never came back. Why? I mean, but that should tell you just how strong and deep indoctrination is. I don't want to go to Africa. I take that back. I do now. You know what I'm saying? I do now. I've been looking at Ghana and other places down there to live. The only thing that scared me about places like that is the government is unstable. It switch a lot because, the military coups and stuff like that. But nigga, if Muammar Gaddafi was still alive, I'd go to Libya in a heartbeat. Because what he was putting down, nigga, what Gaddafi was putting down, Gaddafi was about to pay every one of his citizens in gold. In gold, he was going to pay them niggas. Every single one of them. That man had a serious plan. And he tried to give Farrakhan some money. Some millions. And the United States government blocked it. Explain to me how you block somebody giving you some money. I wouldn't give a fuck who the money come from. Explain to me how you block somebody giving some money here in the United States. You paying the Jews, you paying every goddamn body in this bitch. But you block somebody from getting some money. So somebody got your Cash App and they want to send you $1 million in the United States, like, no, you can't have it. Nigga, you ain't my daddy. Like, this shit don't even make sense to me. That would piss me straight the fuck off, man.
That's what he said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Hey, Raw, not to change the subject or anything. I was doing a bit of research on that interview with Matilda, Donald McEnroe or whatever.
With who?
I don't know. I found a couple of the Roswell, the Roswell crash.
Matilda, that nurse.
Yeah. And I got a hold of the freaking transcript, right? By
Really?
Back from Canada, hey.
Yeah.
And I read it once, and I was going to the second time. I had to buy like a new phone. My phone went to the shit.
Yeah.
It started first by not grabbing the Wi-Fi, then the Bluetooth, and at the end it just got got fried. I had to buy a freaking new. Anyways, he was telling her like everything about are you still like online or not? Like are you off Instagram and all that?
Yeah. And just to be clear, y'all, what Miguel is talking about is this nurse was her name is Matilda. I forget her last name. She was operating on a gray alien, trying to save the gray alien's life because they had retrieved it from a crash, and the gray alien was speaking to her telepathically because he was reading her thoughts. And in a nutshell, the alien was like, "Don't feel sad for me. I feel sad for you because you don't know who you are." But go ahead, Miguel. So Miguel got the transcripts of this encounter, and he read it. So that's what he's telling you. So go ahead, Miguel.
Yeah. So he actually she was coming to work, right? And they couldn't communicate. He didn't have a mouth. He did not have a mouth. He didn't have like vocal cords or nothing.
Right.
And the only person that he could communicate was with her. They didn't bring her in for that. They brought her in for her to check him out because they couldn't communicate with her.
Right.
I mean, with her because he identified as a female because he said or she said that he creates. So, and I can understand that. So anyways, they brought her in just to check up on him. And once she was starting, look him up, are you okay and stuff. And that's when he started talking to her telepathically, and she kind of like freaked out. She went out. She was like, "Oh, what the," And then they forced her back in. They got frustrated with her because the military thought that she was hiding information, and they actually tortured this female. Though they tortured her, they freaking shocked her. Like, this transcript is crazy.
Wow, I didn't know all that. Yeah.
Yes, bro. Yes, they freaking tortured this.
So she was hiding information that he was telling her.
Yeah, well, he actually told her, listen, tell your bosses, right? Tell all of them that I'm not answering any questions. I'm gonna say whatever I'm gonna say to you, and that's it. I'm gonna say whatever I gotta say, but tell them that I'm not answering any questions. I'm not. Whatever tell them to don't waste their time, and tell them to don't try to, because they were trying. Once they found that he was okay, they were trying to torture him too with shocks and shit.
Right.
Little did they know that he was not like, okay, let me see how I explain this stuff, because my English is not as good as yours. So his body was like I'm gonna say it wrong. He was manipulating his thoughts to the nerves, but he was not in that. That body was like a suit, like this suit that we're wearing right now.
Right.
Which was it was that blew my mind. I was like, holy shit, this is what it is. So he broke it down to her. She, at one point in time, he looked at her. She was trying to talk to him about Christianity, about Catholicism, and he was like, no, don't do it. No, you believe in God? And he was like, just stop and listen. And then he looked at her and he was like, be above your body. And out of the song, she wound up like on the ceiling, looking down on herself. And that's when she kind of like grasped, what she was trying to tell, the nurse.
Yeah.
And he kept on telling her, you are not this body, you are a soul, you are a power. He kept on saying, he talked about the grid.
Right.
You know that the over here, like they have this therapy called electroshock therapy or whatever. I don't know. I haven't done research on that. I used it for.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's physical or mental.
It's physical.
It's physical?
Yeah.
Okay, so he put that as an example. This therapy that you guys use over here, the way they use memory is by using that times millions.
Right.
That shock.
The grid, yeah.
They
shock you.
They
shock your soul with it.
Yes. Yeah, and it's a millions of voltage, and that's how they are able to erase your not only your life, but the priors life.
Yeah, previous lives. Yeah.
They are able. Yes. Let me see what else I freaking wrote. I mean, what else he told this thing. He actually.
You know what, Miguel? Do you got a copy of that transcript that we can go over in class?
No. Listen. Like I'm telling you, I got it on my phone, right? And I read it once when I was going like kind of like in the middle of. It's not really long. When I was going kind of in the middle, my Wi-Fi went off, right? And I wasn't close to the Wi-Fi, so I was like, okay, that So I made it home, and the Wi-Fi wasn't working. Then my Bluetooth wasn't working, and my phone at the end, my phone like wound up going away. It didn't turn back on, nothing. I was able to get like some information from like my contacts and shit like that, like regular shit. I was never able to get like a lot of shit that I had in there, like pictures and like a lot of shit. This happened, I believe it was like 2.5 months ago. I wasn't able. This is the reason why I haven't been able to be in the class. Now I got it more. I got it more because when I subscribed, like you said, like the stuff that you sent me, like I got all the links, and it took me like over a month to get all of them. I would love to have that. I thought I had it. I got it from YouTube Canada. He has a freaking podcast. I don't have right here the information, but he's from Canada.
Miguel.
Mention like at home.
Miguel, what's Helen's last name?
Helen's last name?
Yeah.
Who? Oh, you mean Matilda?
The nurse. Yeah.
Matilda.
Oh, Matilda. My bad. It's Matilda. Matilda Macaro.
Yeah. Listen, the thing, well, the shit about the transcript that you can find online, the shit about that is that she gave this information to this dude that he was the one who published the book, right?
Right.
Well, this motherfucker, he was, I don't know if he's still alive, he's a Scientologist. So that's why I'm like, oh man,
right.
I know his shit is not, you know, like once I heard that about dude, like, I'm like, no, this is not it. Like he's gonna omit a whole bunch of shit. I mean, I know he's gonna keep the information, share it with fucking freaking Tom Cruise or whatever.
Right.
On that, yeah.
Right.
See, he's one of the bosses of that shit.
Yeah.
But there's so much shit. Let me see what else I could write down here. You talk about the grid. We talk about, you know, like, oh, he actually mentioned all the shit that we have been speaking about in this class, like a little bit, like he said that once you go out there, like you're gonna see your family members. If you're really, really attached to them, you're gonna see them. You're gonna see family members, you're gonna see religious leaders. He said that Jesus, Muhammad, Gandhi, Buddha, these are all powerful ranking, like high ranking souls that you know, like in the afterlife, in the real world.
Right.
They were sent over here. They got sent over here with a different message, and everybody just started like praising him, praising them, and I believe that he called it like experiments. They were trying to experiment with these people, and people like once they see like a beam, they should start dropping to their knees and oh God, and they should fuck the whole shit up. He also talked about what else he talked about. Man, this it's not really long, but like it's very filled with information that is extremely valuable. And a lot of it, like, he also mentioned, right? Check this out. He said all these people that are having alien encounters, like Bill Myers, freaking Chris Bledsoe, like all these people, these are souls, right? These are souls that gave them hell. Like they were, I mean, because there's freaking wars. There's freaking wars, like with different races, different spirit. Like it's just too big, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he said the only reason that they are being contacted is because they want these humans like Billy Meyer and Chris Bledsoe and all these other guys that have been actually abducted and shit. Their souls have been like at war, and they have been given the help, and the way for them to keep them on check, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is by just make them feel like special, like we only contact with like really. I remember Billy Meyer, like I did research with that kid, and he got so grown up in the fucking evil that we contacting you, like you're special, you this and you're that, and we.
And I'm glad you brought that up too, because people don't realize that. People don't realize that. All right. And I try to explain to people that look, man, if you being visited, all right, and you gotta pay attention to what they fucking saying to you. You better, you know, like this man, these so to put let me put in context with what Miguel just said, y'all, if y'all didn't understand. All right. So the alien is telling it, first of all, the alien told the woman, you're not a human. And the alien somehow helped the woman. What's called that you do, Raj, when you leave your body? Astral project. All right. So the alien helped that nurse astral project while they was right there. So the nurse soul left her body and went up to the ceiling and saw the whole scene. So the alien did this.
Yep.
All right.
Right.
To help this woman understand that you're not a human being. You are a soul in a body. And then it told her about the grid. If you got the soul trap, we talk about the electrical grid and all of this stuff, right? Then it told her about the grid. And I haven't read this. So if anybody think I got this information from this, I've never read it. That's why I'm trying to get a hold of it now. I never read this before. All right. A lot of shit I've been saying, people were saying, how do you know this shit? It come from a whole fucking lot of fucking research. You know what I'm saying? And when you research for 30 years, you start getting reoccurring themes from different areas and different places and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And as a researcher, you got to go check this shit out. But anyway, so the gray alien helped her to understand that you're not a human. All right. Now compare this. This is my whole thing about it, Miguel, is compare what that alien was trying to do with what they got other gray aliens down here doing. All right, abducting people, performing experiments, this, that, and the other. Now let's think about this for a second. Use some ramification thinking. Here's a gray alien sincerely trying to help a woman for no other reason. For no reason, really. Like, what reason do he have? He knows he's a soul. He knows his soul is about to leave his body. So why is he trying to help her? When all we see from TV and what we've been hearing is gray aliens hurt people and do all of this shit, right? Maybe the real gray aliens are not trying to hurt nobody. Maybe the gray aliens that they've been showing us, and even like you said, well, not you said, but like in the text, these other aliens are choosing specific people to encounter who gave them a problem in the afterlife. So now to keep them in check, they visiting them now. And really, this is a form of indoctrination that they trying to hit them with before they even die, to keep them off of, let's just say, the soul trap session. Because Billy Meyer don't talk about no goddamn soul trap session. All right.
No, just joined.
You see what I'm saying? So you got a lot of, when I be telling people you got a lot of misinformation out here and all this stuff out here that's trying to get you off, and what I try to keep the class on is let's stay on the facts and what we know. Let's keep to our bases. All right. If you get distracted by this other bullshit, it will affect you in the afterlife. You have to stay focused and say, hey, this world ain't real. Whatever happened, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm at this job to earn a living. You know, if you like the job, that's great. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like the job, that's probably great. That's probably even greater. You know what I'm saying? Because you understand, hey, I only do this shit for the paycheck, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, so hearing, you know, more detail of this exchange between the gray alien and the nurse Matilda it only confirms what I've been knowing and what I've been trying to tell people. Like, look, man, this world ain't real. You know, but I've been figured that out. You figure that out from ramification thinking. If Jesus and your religions was real, why do the elite think they're not going to be punished for what they're doing? So they must know something that you don't know, because they don't give a fuck about starting wars. They don't give a fuck about, you know, essaying little kids and stuff like that, torturing them, eating them, doing all this. They don't care. So if they don't care, and yet they done, you know, pounded this moral code into you, what they call the proletariat. You know, we the bottom of the class, the proletariat, the workers, the peasants. They done pounded all this moral code into you. Meanwhile, the kings and shit, the people in the White Castles, they doing all type of shit up in there that we don't never see or know about. They don't fucking give a fuck about your God, your Jesus. You think Donald Trump and them, and they don't give a fuck about your God and your Jesus and all that bullshit. So why is you? Why are you? You think you better than them? You really think that they would risk their souls? They got more money to figure out what the truth is than you could ever figure out, unless you spend 30 years of your life doing it like me. You see what I'm saying? So they not doing what they do just because they the demon and the devil. You think you look at TV and see them doing Baphomet signs and all of that, and you think it's something wrong with it. And I'm sitting up here really on the for real side telling you, like, look, fam, you've been indoctrinated to think it's something wrong with what they doing. These people all have been woken up. They know what the system is. They are more close to the system than you are because they are interacting with the unseen, the Gaid. They interact with them beings. They see fucking Beelzebub. They have seen Beelzebub. They have seen fucking, these demons and all. They have seen them because they have revealed themselves to them. But see, the only problem with them is none of them got no knowledge. So, they succumb to what they seeing, and that's like if Beelzebub showed up in this bitch right now. And I'm not calling you, nigga. Don't come up in this motherfucker. But if you was to come, like, what the fuck do you expect me to do? Am I like, I'm not gonna bow, nigga, get the fuck out of my face. What you gonna do? Kill the body? Okay, kill the body, nigga. Then we're gonna battle on the spiritual side, right? So it's all about what you know. And I don't bow down to no goddamn body. Because I'm fucking God. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not afraid of them niggas, man. And that's why we're gonna read some more of this about these niggas in the testimony of Solomon, man. But go ahead, Miguel.
Really quick, right? So all this knowledge, right? All this knowledge that we're getting right now, this is not it. This is stuff that we already knew, like anything. Like, for instance, right now, let's say that you're looking at a reel and that shit resonates with you, right?
Right.
Like the soul trial. Like when I first heard about it, that shit, I was like, holy shit, this shit makes it, because this is stuff that we already knew. And this, I'm not saying this Eddie was trying to tell Matilda all this shit,
Yeah.
What, like, the information that we're getting, that you feel that, oh man, this shit makes sense. Whatever resonates, this is shit that you already knew, and it has been erased, and you just getting it back, and it feels like a deja vu. It feels like, oh shit. One of the things, before I forget, right? He talked about freaking Yahweh, dude. When I read that, actually that shit blew my mind. You know what?
What did he say about Yahweh?
Yo, he said that when he encountered Moses, right? This is the word he used, the word deceive. He said he deceived Moses, right? He deceived him, and he told him, hey, my name is Yahweh. And he couldn't tell him his real name, because if he was to tell Moses' real name, boom, like Moses would have got his freaking memory back. That's how powerful this freaking Yahweh real name is.
Wow. And you know what?
That was like,
it's some truth to that. So the Bible got all these niggas out here calling Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. The Jews don't call Yahweh, Yahweh. They call Yah, and I forget the name that they use, but they use another name for him. And I don't know if it was tetragrammaton or something. Somebody in the class has said it once before though, but the Jews the Jews don't even call Yahweh, Yahweh. And
I never even made sense when they said that's how we breathe, saying Yahweh.
Yeah,
that never made sense to me.
I don't think tetragram is his name either.
No, listen, we would probably never hear it because of that reason.
Right.
He was explaining to his nerd that if he was to tell Moses his homeboy's name, Moses would have gotten woken up at once. He would have like, hold on, motherfucker, I remember you.
It's a spell.
Motherfucker, remember?
Yeah, it's a spell.
We beat him on the side.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So all this.
Hey, Rob.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I put that link in the chat about that Matilda transfer. It's in the chat.
Oh, okay, bet. Oh, McElroy,
He
yeah.
also spoke. He also Matilda something McDonald something mackerel. Like I'm telling you, that transcript made my freaking phone I mean my phone wasn't new, like it was a 14, but like I had it for like a year and a half or something. Like there was no reason why this why I mean I drop it like daily, but like come on, man.
No, that's some real shit.
And
That's some real shit.
yeah, I mean, there's so much like the fact that this alien
Join the School of Esoteric Knowledge and learn something. Go to my website,
and
the
she
rawreport.com.
couldn't get it. But he actually looked at her like square. She said, he looked at me square in the eyes and he said, be above your body. When he said that, she said automatically, like I was on top, like on the roof, like looking down at me and her. That's what he said, be above your body.
That's crazy. And but you know what's so crazy though about that is so he had the power to simply say be to her, and it worked. She did it. Join the School of Esoteric Knowledge. Y'all missing out, man. Go back to your normal programming. You can now return back to your normal programming, everybody, because I'm about to get y'all out of here. Join the School of Esoteric Knowledge, where people like mind want to be around people with a like mind. Why wouldn't you come be around us? If I said let's go to the goddamn club and drink and get high, you niggas would be like, where's that? Where's that? And the tickets was $50. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. You would be there. But I'm saying now, come to a club where motherfuckers want to learn and gain some knowledge and stuff, and you niggas don't want to come. That's how fucked up you are. That's real talk. Go back to your normal programming. Because I know if I was saying, hey, let's go do this. Hey, I'm going to be at this club, man. Y'all come out, and niggas will be out there in